Breaking overnight, President Trump says the ceasefire with Iran is over. It's time for the Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. The U.S. and Iran are trading strikes again after Iran attacked 3 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Overnight, the U.S. military says it hit more than 80 targets in Iran, including air defenses, radars, and boats used by their military. Iran fired back on U.S. military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. There's no word yet on any injuries. Kuwait says it intercepted 15 of the missiles and drones launched into the country. The president ordered the strikes from the NATO summit in Turkey, where he's accusing U.S. allies of not helping with the war.
We weren't treated well because we did something in Iran. We don't need anybody's help. I didn't even want their help, but before I asked, they said they wouldn't be there.
The U.S. has now revoked a deal that would have allowed Iran to sell its oil internationally. President Trump says talks with Iran will continue, but he also said, quote, "I think they're wasting their time." Oil prices are now surging. The global benchmark jumped nearly 6% overnight to more than $76 a barrel. That means now would be a good time to fill up before gas prices rise again. Right now, the average price for a gallon of regular in San Diego is $5.41. That's down 49 cents from a month ago, but we're still paying $1.60 more than the national average.
Today, it's the defense's turn for closing arguments in the Larry Miliete murder case. The DA's office alleges that Larry killed his wife Maya 5.5 years ago. Her body has never been found. A lot of Maya's supporters showed up yesterday wearing green, her favorite color. I was in court yesterday as well as Deputy DA Christy Bowles delivered her final statements. She said the mother of 3 was dedicated to her kids and that she, quote, could not, would not, and did not leave her children on January 7th, 2021. Bowles pointed to surveillance video and the messages that Larry sent to spellcasters as part of her case. The prosecution wants a conviction on first-degree murder, but during jury instructions, the judge confirmed that the jury can consider lesser charges like manslaughter. Larry's defense team has argued that Maya could have left on her own and that Larry had no involvement in her disappearance or death. An Escondido man is being accused of murdering 2 people inside a home in Ramona. The sheriff's office says 33-year-old Ryan Prophet was waiting on the front steps of the house when deputies arrived Monday night. Inside the home, they found a man and a woman shot to death. Sources told ABC 10 News that Prophet and the 2 victims may have been in a polyamorous relationship, but a motive is still unclear. He was arrested on suspicion of 2 counts of murder. He is scheduled to be arraigned Thursday afternoon. All right, the heat is turning up today with an extreme heat warning in the deserts and that heat advisory I mentioned in the mountains. Those rising temperatures also raising our risk for brush fires. This is in the North County. It's the pipeline fire burning on Camp Pendleton. Right now, it's 80% contained. This broke out on Monday, scorched more than 1,000 acres on base, also forced some evacuations. Those have since been lifted. The fire started near a firing range in the southwestern portion of the base. No reports of any injuries or damage.
Street vendors might be allowed to set up shop in the gas lamp quarter again. A recent appellate court ruling found several city regulations, including one in San Diego, contradict state law. No vending zone signs are posted all around the gas lamp, but locals say the city has basically stopped enforcing those rules. Now they're worried about vendors dumping grease and trash into storm drains. Michael Trimble with the Gas Lamp Quarter Association says the city still has a duty to protect the neighborhood.
Means that there's going to be more entrepreneurial vendors coming down to sell whatever they want, anywhere they want, without fear of being enforced. And that's just irresponsible for the city to put the gas lamp quarter in that kind of position.
The city officials say this court ruling limits how police can enforce street vending laws. They also, in a lengthy statement, say that staffing shortages force officers to prioritize emergency calls and violent crime. Trimble is now working with police to find a solution.
I'm speechless, honestly. Child's 8 years old, destroying small businesses.
A smashed window, a stolen snake, and a stunning surprise about the suspect. As ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen tells us, a pet store owner couldn't believe who deputies caught.
Outside Pet Supplies and More in Lakeside, the front door is boarded up. This is the chunk of concrete used to smash the glass. The biggest shocker came with the identity of the suspect.
When you're told who the suspect is, What's your first reaction?
Where's the parents?
Shattered glass and disbelief for store owner Stacy Schultz Cronin. Past 10 Monday night, a call from deputies sent her racing to her shop.
The witness said almost sounded like a bomb going off.
Deputies telling her a shopper at Dollar Tree saw a young boy chucking the concrete through the door
This is the one that was taken last night.
before running out of the shop with this year-old red fire Sandboa and taking off. The thief didn't get far, with deputies responding quickly to a 911 call.
They said they caught him right in front of Dairy Queen on Woodside with the snake in his hand.
Schultz says the biggest stunner came when deputies told her the suspect was 8 years old.
I'm speechless, honestly, because at 8 years old, Barbies are playing Legos or something at home. It's not breaking windows and stealing live animals out of a pet store.
The sheriff's office says the boy was transported to a hospital for an evaluation. Deputies say the psychiatric response team is connecting family with resources, and at this time, no arrest or charges are pending. Back at the shop, Schultz watching the returned snake, which was pregnant, closely.
She is still pregnant. She hasn't shown any sign of miscarriage yet.
Schultz also trying to figure out how she'll cover the damage, more than $2,000 worth. She's hoping the parents will step up.
All I ask is for them to pay for it and take responsibility of their kids' actions. 8 years old, it just baffles me. The child's 8 years old, destroying small businesses.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
New rules for bike riders in San Diego. On Tuesday, City Council passed a new ordinance to improve safety and cut down on reckless riding. Now you got to be at least 12 years old to ride Class 1 and 2 e-bikes in San Diego. The new rules also reinforce helmet requirements, and a second person is only allowed to be on the bike if there's a permanent second seat attached.
Similar bans are already in place in other cities around the county. That includes Coronado, Chula Vista, Poway, La Mesa, San Marcos, and Santee. In some cities like Carlsbad and Chula Vista, the city can take the e-bikes away from kids caught breaking the rules or riding recklessly. And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.